We're live. Hi, everyone. How are you? It is so good to see you today. I am Theresa, part of your PeriGirls Leadership Team. You can find me on all social media as Wandering Thistle or Wandering Thistle Studio. I have a very special guest with me tonight. I am so excited that she's here with us. She is a designer for weddings and soirees and events, and she does these lavish events. They're just gorgeous. You'll have to go check out her page once it's over so you can see a little bit more from what she's going to be sharing with us today. You can see her page. It's just absolutely stunning. Her website is gorgeous. So I want to introduce to you is Sabrina Cadini, and her company is, and I'm going to say it correctly. I've been practicing my Italian. It's La Dolce Idea. That's it. Did I get it right, Sabrina?
Yes, you said it perfectly.
Sabrina, thank you so much for being here and being our guest tonight and sharing with us. My light just went funky. Sharing with us about how to create a festive table. I know that this holiday season, everyone is having parties and they want to just stand out just a little bit. So what kind of tips do you have for us that we can do that we can recreate in our home environment?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Theresa, for having me. It's so much fun. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, as you said, it's so beautiful to be able to create some great experiences for your guests for the holidays. And, you know, I have a lot of repeat clients for holidays. My specialty is weddings. So I usually work with a lot of new clients for weddings, but I have a lot of repeat clients for the holidays because they live in the same city where I live, and they always entertain. And I always have to design something new for them because chances are their guests are still the same. They're always the same family members. They're always the same friends. So they always ask me, so what can we do this year? Which is fantastic. I love it because I love to be creative and create something for them. So usually I start from the color palette. And we take a look at their favorite colors, what their home decor is, what they would like to do as far as the holiday every year. And I always try to steer away from the traditional reds and greens because it's very holiday, or maybe the blues, depending on your culture or your religion. So I always try to incorporate new colors, and I'm always very, very inspired by fashion. Fashion is becoming more and more influencing in the event industry. And same thing for holiday parties. So I always watch the latest runway shows and see what colors are in season, what colors are the best trends. And I recommend them to my clients. And they usually are very excited because they say, oh, I never thought about that. So yes, let's do it. My clients are all so much fun. They're always up for something new.
Love that.
Yes,
absolutely love that. So what is a trending color for this holiday season?
Absolutely. So I just wanted to show some linen swatches since I have access to a lot of linen providers. I just wanted to show some different colors to give you some inspiration, some ideas. So I sometimes plan events with the reds, but I try to use different fabrics. So for instance, let's say this is a very light red. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a beautiful shiny texture. It's called crushed satin. As you can see, it has a beautiful reflection with light as a little bit of gold. So it's not the usual, yeah, so it's not the usual red, but definitely can be used with golds or even silver. So it's really, really nice. I also love to work with burgundy. Burgundy is so sophisticated. It's a very chic color, and it goes with a lot of metallics as well. Yeah, and also we have, as I was saying, a lot of blue if you're celebrating like Hanukkah. So the blue is always in season. But what I really, really loved this year, it's a berry palette with like magenta colors. This is a silk. This is very rich, and think about maybe silver or gold or maybe mercury glass, which is a mix of silver and gold. It's so beautiful. And also maybe a little more fun fabric with this
love the texture
effect. Yes, exactly. So it's really, really cool. Also, I work with a lot of neutral shades, which are great for the holidays because you can play with greenery and different flowers. And I'm talking about maybe champagne or the gold, or even
Those are
little,
beautiful.
yes, or even little richer like bronze and coppers. These are excellent choices for the holiday season.
So Heather, Miss Heather Weber is saying, hello, beautiful Sabrina. And she's
Hi.
loving these colors. She said, yes, my favorite
Yes.
color.
Perfect, perfect.
Heather, which one is your favorite color? Type it in for us. I want to know which is your favorite color.
Yes,
Those are gorgeous. I love using those beautiful metallics with the
absolutely.
berries.
Absolutely. Metallic is definitely in, and I also have like sequin linens or sequin
Oh,
runners. Those are a lot of fun. This is a blush pink, or you can just go with the traditional silver sequin. It's a lot of fun. Or if you already have maybe linens at your home, but you want to spice them up a little, you can just use runners. So maybe you can use like these effects. For instance,
oh,
if
that's
you use
pretty.
the berry
So that's
underneath.
like an
See,
open, oh, that's gorgeous. Show that again.
it's so beautiful. See?
That is stunning. Absolutely
Yeah.
stunning.
Or there's other options like little more delicate effect, like the little hologram.
Oh,
See? It's beautiful. Again, there are so many different options, and your local rental company has definitely some choices for you. So you can just maybe rent a couple for your party, and you can have a lot of fun with them. It's so easy. And you know, I always tell my clients, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can just focus on one element. It could be linens, it could be place settings, it could be candles, it could be maybe a beautiful floral centerpieces. You don't have to go overboard and over the top with everything. Just focus on something that reflects your personality, and that's it. You know, it's all about personalization, not necessarily impress your guests. You want to make them feel comfortable.
so when you go into someone's home to do something, do you look around and select something
Yeah.
um, and build from there?
Exactly. Yes. I usually take a look at their homes and I see their color palette and I see how the house is decorated, because we want to create a consistent look. I mean, if you have a rustic home, I would never introduce like lucite or acrylic centerpieces because they would not be a good fit for them.
True.
So I always try to complement everything. I don't want to provide an atmosphere that is completely different from the host's personality. It has to reflect their personality. It's all about the hospitality, you know. I had a holiday party last weekend, and the lady told me, let's not do too much because my friends are so low-key. They want very easy, very comfortable. So let's keep that atmosphere. And that's what we did. It was beautiful.
I knew it. I knew it had to be absolutely stunning because
Yes.
anything you touch and you put your finesse on is just turns out just glorious. I've seen some of your work. It's just stunning.
It's a lot of fun. And, you know, I have fun creating. It's always fun creating something new. I try not to do always the same thing. I always try to give a new experience to my clients. That's the beauty of planning events, you know?
I bet you have the best time creating these events and
Oh my
soirees.
gosh, yes. And you know, my most creative time is usually when I'm in bed in the night and I'm like, okay, for tomorrow I can come up with these ideas, these colors, these place settings. So much fun. Yeah, and talking about place settings, I don't know if you want to talk about the limits, right? I mean, let's talk about festive tables and how you can decorate your tables for your guests. So place settings, I usually tell them if you have a beautiful linen like the ones that I showed you, you don't really need to rent special china or glassware, so you can just go with basic white. So you just focus on the color of the linen and you just stay neutral for the place settings. What you can do is, let me turn around and I can show you some samples. What you can do is maybe have a pop of color. It could be maybe colored glassware. This is a very light glass. I don't know if you can see with the light. I hope you can see that.
You can see. It has a nice little sheen to it.
Yeah, this is a little bolder color. It's a darker green.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to keep maybe have a beautiful ivory linen or a gold linen with these green glasses, it's so beautiful. Or also going with the still traditional palette, this is like a red champagne flute that you can definitely incorporate.
That's gorgeous. So Heather, we're having a question from the audience.
Yes.
Asking, Heather, what do you think about chargers?
Charger plates, yes, I will show them in just a few seconds. I also wanted to show this option. This is like a DIY option or do-it-yourself option, which is a lot of fun. So basically, this is a very basic champagne flute, as you can see. And you can glue some glitter or some little sequins to the top and make it very festive, maybe for your New Year's Eve celebration. That'll be a lot of fun.
I love those. Absolutely love those.
It's very easy. It just takes like 5 minutes, and you can buy 12 or 20 or 50 depending on how many people you have, and you can get maybe your kids to help for a nice activity after dinner a few days before New Year's Eve, and that's done.
Also, those are perfect.
Yes. Also, charger plates, absolutely. So as I was saying, if you don't want to do a rich linen, you can go with charger plates. These are the regular gold. You can find silver ones, or you can maybe look for special charger plates. Something like this, for instance. I used this for a holiday party a couple of weeks ago.
Love the detail on there.
See, it's beautiful, and it brings so much shine to the table. It's really beautiful. This is a copper with some crystals on, or
things.
Yes, absolutely. And again, you can buy plain charger plates and just add some glitter to the border. You know, it's very easy to the edge. Or this one was another charger plate that we bought for another holiday party. It has like stars, the sun and the moon, and it's a little see-through.
I love that you can see through it.
Blue glass, yeah. And this was a white linen with just the blue charger plate and all white china, clear glass, glassware. It was really beautiful. Yeah, really liked it. So this is the charger plates. Also, if you want to use mismatched china, like vintage china, maybe from your parents, your grandparents, please do so, because what I love about using vintage pieces is that they start a conversation. You can say, oh, this belongs to my grandmother. And so there will be a great conversation at the table. You know, it will be like an icebreaker. If some people don't know each other, for instance, I think that's a great idea. And it's nice to be mismatched. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy anymore.
So would you have, so if you had different types of china, would you have the same type of charger or no charger, or you could just do different things with that, or?
Yeah, you can do different charger plates, or as I was saying, you can focus on the mismatched china and just have everything very neutral. So you put the focus on the china, and you want it to be a conversation piece. So that's why I was saying you don't have to go in different directions. Maybe you have rich linens, rich china, a lot of colored glassware. That's too much. That's a little confusing, and that can overwhelm your guests if you're trying to have a nice, relaxed atmosphere. So just focus on one element and do it nice, you know.
I love that. I love that.
Yes. And also napkins. Napkins, you can have so much fun. This is a very easy napkin treatment. So it's folded in like a triangle, as you can see. And I just tied a bow with a little ornament. You can just buy a knife. Yes.
Is that damask?
Yeah, the napkin is a damask pattern. And then this is, I have like probably 200 spools of ribbon in my house. I love ribbon. I love to play with them. And this is one of my festive ribbons that I have. So you tie a bow, a little ornament, and that's
gorgeous.
Yeah, it's very easy to make. It's just a couple of minutes. And you have fun with it.
Yeah, another project to get the family involved with.
Exactly, exactly, and that's perfect for the holidays, you know, definitely, definitely. I don't know if there are any questions in the meantime, or
Everybody's just loving all the beauty that you're
Oh, I'm so
showing.
glad. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Also talking about flowers. Floral centerpieces can be very simple. They don't have to be super elaborate. I have some slides. Let's see if the slides work so I can show some of them. I love to incorporate different elements that are not only flowers. For instance, this is one of the centerpieces that we had last weekend. Can you see that? Just to make sure that you can see.
Yes, it's up now.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. So as you can see there, we have the regular flowers and we have some holiday winter berries. We have this beautiful dusty miller, which is a gray-green leaf, which is really beautiful. And then we have cotton spray painted willow branches, as you can see here. And the florist also spray painted this beautiful, big, huge leaf with silver. And so it makes it very festive. So unusual.
We have a question.
Yes.
Joanne's asking, where are your favorite deal places to find festive decorations?
You know, I have several places. My favorite one is called Shinoda, which unfortunately is only open to the trade, to planners and professionals. However, Michael's, I think Michael's is national, right? I'm not sure. Or Hobby Lobby, I think all craft stores, they have tons of decor for the holidays. And if you don't want to go with flowers, you can do something alternative, such as these centerpieces. You can use jars, like candy jars. This is huge, but you can go with smaller ones and just fill them with greenery, with pine cones, with ornaments, and they're beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love the apothecary jars. I use those in my studio. I love those. Heather has a question. Do you have a rule on height of centerpieces and foils with a large table when you're sitting across from each other?
Absolutely. So what I usually suggest for holiday parties, low centerpieces, because at least you don't block the view from, you know, guests. However, if you like tall centerpieces, you can go with clear glass containers, such as tall cylinders like this. So you can see through, and you can have the flowers on top, basically. So again, it really depends. Or you can use like candelabra. Candelabra are usually very skinny bases and stems. I don't know if stem is the right word. You know, I'm Italian. Yeah. Sometimes I miss the words. But with the skinny stems, you can still see through, and you have the flowers on top. So that can definitely be done.
Sounds lovely.
Yes. Yeah. And let's see what else. I don't know if you like to...
What about candles or lighting?
Candles, exactly. So I have a big thing for candles. I absolutely love them because I think they can make... they can change the atmosphere completely. And my recommendation is usually to get special candles, like, see these ones, like the shiny ones. Or I also had just bought this one, and it's here in the paper. Let me take it out. This is a glittery gold candle.
It matches your champagne flutes you had earlier.
It does. That's so right. Yes. But you can also find votive candles like this one. This has a beautiful red damask pattern. And you can use
very lovely.
Red or different colors. And you know, I always love to go and take a look at craft stores or home decor stores and just buy stuff, just buy pieces, because most of the times for holiday parties, I provide the decor. So some of my clients don't want to buy the decor because they know that next year they will do something different. So I usually use the decor that I have and I use them for their house. These are also pretty new, and these are like gold filigree with like little crystals. Yes, so I always like to enrich the tables and the house with beautiful candlelight. Also, another recommendation, if you are not allergic to fragrance, buy scented candles. because what I love to do for events is involve all the senses as much as possible. So the scent will be remembered forever. You know, guests will always remember that beautiful scent, and they will say, "Oh my gosh, we were at Theresa's house, and she had this beautiful cinnamon scent all over the house." That, you know, they will remember. So scent is definitely something that you can consider.
Does it makes a very big impact. You have a question. Joanne is wanting to know the bling candle. She needs that in her life. Where did you get the bling candle?
So this bling candle, I bought it at a store called Home Goods. I think it's national, right? So yes, Joanne Home Goods has tons of these candles, and they're beautiful, and they last a long time. Home Goods is one of my favorite resource for home decor, especially for the holidays. Yeah. Talking about glitter, I also wanted to show you something. See, I prepared all of my little samples here. Here it is. If you're thinking about maybe putting little favors for your guests, these are little champagne bottles that you can cover with glitter. This is another DIY touch. See?
I love that. Sounds like wanderlust.
Exactly. I know. And again, this takes just a few minutes. You just spray with the glue, and then you roll the bottle inside the glitter in a tray, and it's done. Just takes a couple of minutes. And again, it's something fun to do a few days before your holiday party, or maybe New Year's Eve during the holiday season. I'm all into gold, if you haven't noticed. Gold, rose gold, love it.
And silver, all into the gold. Really, I really love, and I really like mercury glass right now.
Oh my gosh, yes, my favorite one, because it can go with silver, it can go with gold, absolutely, and it has this vintage style that I absolutely adore. Yes, so yeah, with candles you can go any way, and also you can put little brads here, just to decorate simple candles, and it's so easy. You know, I love crafting, and I love playing with different looks.
I want to come to your house and let's play.
Yes, come. Please come. Let's hang out. Definitely. I would love that. We would have so much fun.
Okay, so for Christmas, so if someone would do a Christmas party, and they had just a few candles and such, what is something that you could say that they had to have that just makes a nice impact?
Yes, you know what they can buy? They can buy a green garland and put it along the table, and just scatter candles and maybe some little blooms, some red roses or white roses, just to make it very festive, and scatter some gold gems. If they have maybe a white linen or a green linen or a red linen, they can just get some gold gems and just scatter them on the table to make it very festive. And that doesn't cost at all. You know, it's very cost effective, I would say.
I love that. I bet you had. Do you have like a separate place, like a storage or studio, where you keep all your design pieces, or do you have it all at your home?
You know, part of little stuff is at my home in the garage, and my husband hates me for that because it's filled with boxes and crates and everything. But I also have a storage because I also design dessert tables and candy stations. So I have all the jars, all the stands, all the containers, trays of all sorts. And so I have a 10 by 10 storage where I have piles of boxes with a lot of great stuff. I feel like a little girl, you know, with all this stuff.
I love it. So do you ever go through there and say, oh, I forgot about this. I can use this for such and such.
I know. Yes, and again, my husband always complains because whenever we are around and I find a beautiful vase or a beautiful stand or beautiful home decor, and I go, I need to have it. And he's like, you maybe have 20 of those. And I'm like, no, but it's not that color. It doesn't have that particular accent. I need it. Always had to keep it. So we have another question from the audience. Sure.
If you're having just a few people, maybe 4 to 6,
okay,
and you aren't going out at all because maybe someone has some mental health issues, what would you suggest?
Yeah.
a kid's table.
Yeah, as far as the core, you mean?
Yes.
So it would be like a dinner party at home,
Yeah,
something
just for
like
4 to
that,
6 people,
probably.
just at home. Yeah.
I would
Family.
say go with candlelight. Candlelight can create the perfect atmosphere. You don't really need anything. Just keep it, very low. Candlelight is very romantic. It's very beautiful, and you can't go wrong with that. So just buy, depending on how big the house is, just buy 50, 60, 70 candles, different sizes and heights, I would say, so you create some type of elevation. You can buy maybe some different stands like these. So you have different options like the crystal clear or silver. So they don't cost a lot. And you create a beautiful display of candles. If you have maybe a mantle, a fireplace, just put all the candles next to the fireplace. It's so beautiful. It's magical for the holidays. I would say candles priority. Yeah.
Candles number one. So what about a kid's table? Any special tips for a kid's table?
Yes. So kids' table, I usually fill them up with coloring books, crayons. We put, paper on the table so they can draw their favorite character. And we put figurines like Rudolph, or we put a little Santa, and we encourage them to draw those figurines and try to recreate a holiday scene. And it's so much fun because there's like a competition. They always like, to see who's the best one in drawing things. Yes. Or we, a couple of times I had parties at clients' homes where they have little kids. So we did a tree trimming party. So they were in charge of decorating little trees on the table, like little teeny tiny trees with little ornaments and little things. And they loved it. Just to keep them busy, because they get bored.
Enhancing their creativity as well.
Absolutely. Yes. And then there were prizes for the best trees and, all that stuff.
So that sounds adorable. And I would love to be a kid at a kid's table where you get to do some fun stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
But I'd rather be at the table with all the sparklies and the flowers and the glass and everything. It's just
Definitely. I used a beautiful linen last weekend. It was a silver sequin in gold and silver. And when I received it from the rental company, I thought, I want to dress like that. I want to wear the linen. So beautiful.
So you brought up the rental company. So what is an average cost to rent linens or some table coverings for a party?
Yeah, it really depends on the location. Here in San Diego, you can rent something from $15 up to $100, depending on the fabric. If you go with, for instance, the sequin linens, you might need to spend around $50 per linen. And I'm talking about the 132, which fits a 60-inch round or a 70-inch round table. But for overlays, something like this, you can probably spend about $20. So it's not that much. And same thing for the specialty linens. If you go for something like this, you can probably spend around $25, $30. Again, it depends on the rental company. If you rent several linens, you can also order them online. There are a couple of places like bbjlinen.com. And they ship the linens to you, basically. So you can order them. If you have like 5 or 6 tables, you can order them directly. bbjlinen.com. Okay. Or also another company, it's called creativecoverings.com. That's another option online. So you can just look at their catalog online and select the linens and just order them. It's easy.
That's nice. Thank you. So, Sabrina,
yes.
What was your favorite party this past year that you were able to do, or soiree or event?
I've done one at an independent venue. It's next to it's on the water in San Diego. It's so beautiful. We had about 100 people. Very wealthy client, I have to say. Unfortunately, I don't have pictures because it's a very high-profile client, and we couldn't share anything. The photographer was so bummed. He kept telling me, I can't believe I can't blog about it. It's so disappointing. I mean, for a photographer, not being able to show these beautiful pictures was a torture. But yeah, it was very beautiful, and we had a lot of entertainment. We had a magician, we had tarot reader. So the client wanted to recreate like a circus atmosphere during the holidays. Oh my gosh, you name it. It was fantastic. Yeah, we had a lot of different lighting, uplights. I mean, it was fabulous, fabulous. We also had a strolling table. This is something that private clients don't usually do, but it's a guy inside a round table with wheels. So he was going around and serving champagne to the guests arriving, which is, such, yes, very, very unique, I would say.
I bet you had fun just
Yes.
pulling all types of creative tidbits into that one.
So much. Yeah.
You say that you pull a lot from fashion for your creative designs. Is there anything in the spring? I know we're talking about the table for, I keep hitting my ring. Sorry for the noise. For the holiday. So is there anything for New Year's that you're pulling from?
Yes. Well, New Year's is a lot of metallics. Again, metallics are in, and I'm glad because I really, really love them. So definitely gold and silver, or a mix of gold and silver. Why not? A lot of people try to keep gold and silver separate, but actually it's a great mix to have them together. And just use a contrast color, as I was saying, maybe a berry this year, or maybe even a green. I'm working on a party for it's not New Year's Eve, but it has a lot of metallics, and they're doing an apple green as the contrasting color, which is very bright.
Ooh. That is pretty.
Yeah. And speaking about green, the color of the year next year will be greenery. I don't know if you saw that.
Did see it. It's
very excited, very excited about that, because I think that green with the metallics is perfect. So I will probably incorporate some of the darker green into that holiday, into that party, and we'll see how it goes.
That sounds lovely.
Yes.
Sabrina, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us tonight and share these gorgeous tips, these sentiments that you have to bring festivity to a tablescape, to make our home environment just a little bit more special.
Yes.
We invite guests in. So thank you so much for doing that for all of us.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure. A lot of fun. And I really hope you have fun on your holiday parties.
Oh, yes. And so, Sabrina, how can someone be in contact with you if they're seeing this? They're like, hey, I really want to work with her. How can they contact you?
Definitely. So my company name is La Dolce Idea. And do you want me to show maybe the website? I don't know.
Sure, that would be great.
So at least we can, because sometimes it's a little difficult. So this would be the link, ladolceidea.us. And that's my phone number as well. So, yeah. And I'm on social media pretty much everywhere. You know me. I mean, we're so active on social media. On Facebook, on Instagram, on Pinterest. Yeah. The usual places. Yeah. It's La Dolce Idea.
So thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Heather and Joanne. And thank you, replay viewers, and all of you that have been watching. Thank you for interacting in the questions and participating. Hope this gave you just a few little ideas of how to create a festive table for you and your home environment for your parties. Sabrina, again, thank you so much for sharing your lovely time with us tonight.
Thank you. So nice to be here. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you as well, and to all of our viewers. I'm gonna close off the broadcast now. Be sure and check us out for upcoming broadcasts, and you can always watch the replay here. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.
Bye.